We move in and out of darkness, defeat our enemies, and fade away without a trace.
Hello and welcome to SOVL New Ninja Edition. This is the public test beta of SOVL that allows us access to the new features not yet on the open server. So as you've seen from the title and thumbnail, we'll be playing as the new option for the Ratkin Clans, the Ratkin Infiltrator. Particularly, we'll be going with an opposite of our usual build for Ratkin. We're going with elite rats. So ordinarily when you're playing Ratkin, you're relying on swarms of huge numbers of kind of rubbish tier infantry, so endless numbers of conscripts and slingers and vanguards and things like that. But rather what we'll do instead is we're going to take the absolute bare minimum number of troops. So we're going to do the most elite version of a rat army we can possibly manage. The release of the Infiltrator is perfectly timed then, because he starts with the smallest unit size of all of these, because you get 15 slingers or 15 conscripts with these two, so he's a fantastic choice. We're playing on the highest difficulty. SOVL, if you haven't seen it before, you'll pick it up very quickly. I'll explain the kind of base mechanics of the game as we go along. If you're familiar with like Warhammer Fantasy Battles or this kind of tabletop things, then it'll be right to home. It's like a PC simulator of those. If not, you'll pick it up easily. Come to our opening selection of units. So the Infiltrator, of course, comes with his Skulkers, so only 10 of them. We're going to go with the minimum possible unit sizes for our elite rats. So conscripts are 15, slingers are 15, far too many. We're going to go with the long rifles. You only get a couple rats per weapon team, so very small and efficient. And of course for these, that's the opposite of what we want, a million little rats. The alphas are pretty elite, but then a single entity big monster, that's the minimum possible. We could do one, can't get any smaller. Perfect, there's our elite build. Act 1, so we navigate our way left to right through the campaign map here. We go through these stopping points with the objective of getting to the boss on the side. Have a quick look at our army. Here we go. So some shooting, some standard melee monster. It's fairly well balanced. We have our infiltrators here. What I'm going to do immediately is rename our infiltrator. There you go. That's obvious from the introduction if anyone missed it. He comes with a pretty large number of attacks because he's got two-hand weapons. He has the deadly strike. He shares that with the warlord, so effective at killing. Imagine he slathers them with poison for a turn and becomes hyper lethal and does double wounds against bigger targets. He's swift like all the rats. He moves quickly. He's all okay. We have to. He's always got poisoned attacks, so he puts on a second level of poison, double poison, whatever. So yeah, the enemy's always rerolling sixes. I'll show you what that means in a moment. And he's hidden. We're hidden from the opponent until we engage in combat. That I suspect is more useful in multiplayer. I think the AI is not going to be too fussed about where he is or is not. Otherwise, that should be okay. For here, we get a choice. So we're going to take a pretty large number of fights because we like battles to generate a lot of gold. The elites are good in Act 1 because they're not that much more difficult compared to the standard battles, and they get you a lot of extra cash. So I think we'll come up here, we'll do some fighting, get some random events for a bit of variety, and then we can get to here and see if we want to heal. So the campsites can either heal you or generate XP. So if you get your teeth kicked in after these elites, you might want to heal here or go for another fight up there. So we're going to come this way. We could start at either or. I don't think it particularly matters. Oh, scouts. Okay. Splinter Sensei. Going to show the orcs who's boss. Right, so the scouts, there will be, worryingly, a really fast unit of boar riders trundling down one of the flanks here. So what I'd love to do is have the long rifles just barraging them. So if they're there, I think I can just about squeeze shots into them by being sort of here. We are, interestingly, we're not a weapon team, so we can move around and still shoot, unlike the more traditional artillery pieces, which is very convenient. Don't stand in the woods, that will slow you down terribly. And you can just, oh, they've got infiltrators can move up, and they're ambushers, so we can go up the field, which is good. I mean, just they'll do for now. Okay, the boar riders there, orcs on pigs. We're going first. I'm just going to wait. The benefit of having 4 units is that we can stall our initiative relative to what the enemy are doing. Or they come immediately, that's good. Start barraging them. Interesting. They've changed the... So it used to be when you hold the X key and the C key, you can see weapon ranges. It used to look like this. When I'm holding Shift and X, that's what weapon ranges for us now look like. They have these dots and we can kind of see what's going on. So there's the weapon ranges for us. They have no enemy weapon ranges, so there's nothing for hold Shift and C. The Shift and X does this, and it kind of gives you the spot there. So that's what you can see. They're 4+, because they're long range just. So if I just move a touch forward, should be able to make that 3+. So the way shooting works is that as long as you're within half, so there's our max range all the way out there. That line there I think is our half range, so we get the majority of the enemy in half. Now we hit on 3s. We hit on 3s because it's your the number 7 minus your skill. So 7 minus 4 is 3. You need a 3+ to hit, or a roll of a 3, 4, 5 or 6 succeed. 1 hit, so 5 hits. And then because we're lethal shots, any blow we land ends up dealing 2 wounds. So they have 2 wounds, they're pretty tough, but we're effective at killing big nasty targets like this. As well, I was quite happy for the long rifles to just pick away at these. 2 hits from that unit. They're pretty tough though. They get, so after you hit a target you have to roll a defensive save. So we're power 5, their defense 5, so we have equal power and defense. They get to save on 4+, a 4, 5 or 6 on the roll of a 6-sided dice will save the hit, whereas a 1, 2 or 3 fails. They roll double 6, they're fine. So we're just going to have them stand here. I'm going to stall. I could fight them with the monstrosity, but honestly it's easier just to back away a touch and just have them get continually blasted by the long rifles. They are faster than me, so they outrange me. Charging is dictated by if you or an enemy are within your charge zone, so by holding the X key and the C key respectively you can see who can reach what. We're all out of range for now, which was intentional. Again, no reason not to just keep hammering them. 2 hits, 4+. There you go, another 2 die instantly. They're after Master Splinter there, and then you do the same. 1 more. I think 1 more turn. In theory, we should be able to kill the 2 of them off next turn. I'm going to have you ignore that then and start coming this way to help out with the big Orc Warrior brick. Here, you're being chased around. Fortunately, because we're swift, Master Splinter and his friendly rat ninjas here are much faster than Orc Warriors, that we can just get away from them until we have our support come over and help. Or get a good flank or rear charge. That's annoying. I think no, you can't now, as you see from it, you can't actually see through terrain. That's it dictating that there, so we get stuck. So I can see about there, so I can't see them here. So what I have to do, I have to move forward until I touch the terrain there. So once I touch it, I'll then be able to see past it and shoot through. 2 hits, 1 left. They're still after you there, and then you come forward, which serves 2 purposes. One, it gets you out of the way so he can start running up there. Dead. There you go. That's all their annoying cavalry gone. You rush up here pretty fast, the monstrosity. Get into the back of that unit eventually. You continue to dance around the Orc Warriors. Can't go that way. They've got good vision into the woods, so just come out this way. See their range there. We're out, so we are safe from being charged. Pretty sure with the immense movement range of the monstrosity can reach them to hit them in the back already. What I would prefer probably is, what am I, defense 6? I could get this into the side and these into their back, and that would be enough to break them. So chip away a few Orc Warriors while I'm here. The double wounds go to waste against these, so it doesn't spill over and kill 2 per shot. Rather, it's only the lethal shots only trigger against multi-wound targets, so they can't fire an amazing round and hit 2 Orc Warriors with 1 volley. PC. So I could get you into the side. That would end up with them being hit 3 times. When you hit an enemy in the side, they can't fight you with all of their attacks. Rather, only the guys on the flank can fight. So they'll get 3 because he counts as well. Then I'll take 1 or 2 wounds. I don't have to take any damage here, so I'm just going to stall and see if I can do better. In fact, best case scenario is he actually turns around. So let's try and move this way with the hope that he ends up aggroing onto the monstrosity instead of us. Good, excellent. So I can't escape the entirety of their charge range on the monstrosity. You can only get to, I say that I'm very quick. Oh wow, I'm that fast, I can go all the way over there. So you'll get flanked there. I got exactly what I wanted. There you go. They've been out-positioned. Kill a few more while I'm at it. I'm doing this to mitigate the chances of us taking any damage. So, yes, we could have probably easily won if we just threw the monstrosity in, but this is even safer. Here we go. Do some charges now because they're well within our radiuses. So we're going to the back with Master Splinter and co. And the monstrosity will come into here. In you go. In you go. You can't shoot into active combat, so there's nothing for the long rifles to do. And then over here, Master Splinter has Deadly Strike. Again, doing multiple damage to multi-wound targets doesn't apply to single wound infantry, so it's pointless. But it looks cool, so yeah, why not? This contributes nothing, but just I'm not going to use it for anything, so I'll use it now. There we go, so Master Splinter swings. He's got 4 attacks. He's got better skill than the enemy. Now, unlike shooting, when fighting in melee combat, you compare the skill of the 2 combatants to determine the hit roll. So 4 attacks, there's our 4. We're skill 4, they're skill 3. I have better skill than the enemy. Master Splinter is more elite than an Orc Warrior, who would have thought. So we hit on 3+, or 3, 4, 5, and 6 will successfully hit, 1 or 2 fail. That represent you having better skill than the enemy. You have a better than not chance of succeeding, or 66%. 3 hits, perfectly average. And the enemy gets their saves. Now Master Splinter, he's not got amazing power, he's only, well, I see power 4, and so the enemy were defense 4. Power and defense equal, they get to save on 4+, in exactly 50-50 chance of saving the hit. 1 Orc Warrior died. If we had 1 extra power, we killed all of them. Blood Crusher here, our monstrosity, however, has massive amount of power. He's not as skilled as Splinter, he's only skill 3, so hits on 4+, but he has Frenzy, so the first round of combat he'll re-roll his misses, so you'll see that now. So he gets 4 hits, which is actually 5 hits, and then because he's power 7, he's 3 or more greater than the enemy. So when you have equal power to defense, 4+ to save, superior power to defense, 5+ to save, only 5 or 6s will save you, 3 or more power to defense, 6+ only will save you. So they got 5 through. They rolled double 6, which is good. They saved 2 Orc Warriors, but the 1, 3, and 3 got splattered. They got to fight back. They've got 1, 2, 3 attacks, which is fine. So they hit twice, and I get a save. I have superior defense to the enemy power, so I get to save on a 3+. I take 1 wound. And then the Skulker's going to go. They have a high number of attacks. Again, a little bit limited on power. We'll try and help that later. They break. All enemies are either dead or broken. We have won. Now, taking 1 wound on the monstrosity is fine because single entity monsters heal 1 for free at the end of each battle. So there you go, +1, we're healthy. So at the end of the battle, you get experience points for your guys, and then some passive healing if you took damage. So, for instance, on the Blood Crusher, and then a choice, resting them for more dudes or loot. If you're full HP, you just take the gold out of hand. Master Splinter's friends here could heal and go up to kind of full size, give us a few more attacks, be more potent, or just take gold. I think I'm happy to go to full size immediately, just to kind of show off. There you go. Might as well make use of our rat capacity while we have it. And then you can only fight in 2 ranks, remember, so you want if you want the maximum number of attacks, you want to stretch out like that. Shambling Host, Undead, that was a good decision because we're going to be facing immovable Undead now. They're going first, so there will be a fast unit of hounds on one of these flanks. Not a huge amount I can do about that. I just hope it's there, I suppose, and I can just shoot you to death with one of these. If I have you sort of here, I have you firing through, and then you can shoot from that side. They're on that side, fine. They'll have to come forward towards the Skulkers anyway. So the same strategy here. I don't particularly want to engage the hounds directly. They're a bit of a hassle. Fragile, but with high damage output. So how do I escape here? I could probably just turn around and back off. And you get over there to shoot. You've got good range, it just comes down to whether or not I can see them. Sadly, I don't think I can. It's kind of harder to tell what the vision cone is doing on this. I have no movement left, hang on, I'm just going to do that. It kind of moves around like that. Do you think I can see them there? No, I'm never going to be able to do this, so just move over and take a shot at the skeletons. Almost trusty ways around. I don't want to fight the direwolves with the infiltrators. I'll win, but I'll take an obscene number of casualties for basically nothing in return. So I might as well just back off and continue to reduce the number of wolves while I have the chance. Or they inch, so again, shoot this. 2 hits. No, they're not quite as durable as the pigs, so it should be easier to get through them. And then back off a bit. You get there to shoot them this turn. Surely, I've just got to go further this way, I think. Really? Still can't see them. It's getting annoying. That wood is stopping me, I think. Oh god, I just caught them. Excellent. One left. We could fight one. They're coming forward. Can I get into the cover here? Yes, I can. I can escape them one last turn. And then I'll turn around and start participating with the skeletons. Save the first shot, so I'll have to use the other one. Just cram your way back there. Stay away from the warriors. Ah, interesting, they're after you now. 2 hits, that should do it. Gotcha. Don't think they've activated yet, so I'd probably be better off coming this way if I can escape. Oh, I'm just shy, I'm being caught by their movement here. If I was more efficient with it, I could probably just do this and go straight. There you go. Okay, you're going to turn around and start getting back into the map. Ideally in a way that doesn't get you caught by skeleton warriors. Do we ignore... Yes, we have scout we ignored. Usually when you're moving through this stuff, it cuts your movement in half. But because we're sneaky, agile rat ninjas, we can just ignore it and move at full speed. Monstrosity comes here. I'm going to flank charge the warriors and start getting through them. Now, frustratingly with undead, there's simply no way to... You can't break them. They don't have morale. Your discipline reanimated. So they're always going to be there to fight you. Skulkers come over here. You can start flanking that and getting the kill. Now, what would be a good idea... We'll do our ranged output and shoot here. But then after this, you're going to be stuck in combat anyway. So, what we can do is just do our ranged output while we can. And I'm going to send him into the back of that unit because the warriors are going to turn around. So it's just free DPS. There we go. We have a measly skill 2 skeleton warriors, so even our low skill 3 monstrosity can hit them on 3s. Rerolling. A 3+ rerolling is 88% chance to hit, as I recall. So full house there. They roll double 6 again. 4 go down. We win, but they don't run. Rather, they just lose 1 to 3 extra skeletons. So we're still stuck with them. They charge us. I was happy to leave us in charge radius there because, 1, I could flee, but 2, more importantly, when you charge an enemy unit in the flank or rear, it counts as an intercept charge. Number of benefits. The immediate one is that it cancels any charges the enemy are attempting to make, so they can't pull anything off. I'm going to send the weapon team into melee, not what it's usually used for, but it's fine in this instance. They can't fight backwards to hurt you. And then you get ready next turn to do the same thing. They will presumably, we don't need to go that far, they'll turn and face if they're still in combat, so you can just rear charge them. Can't shoot anything. These are single entities, so this deadly strike does nothing, but it looks cool, so go for it, Splinter. There you go. So Frenzy only works in the first turn, so no re-rolling this time. Which isn't great because we didn't hit very well. We take no damage because they're only power 3 and I'm defense 6. So in the same way where you have 3 more power than enemy defense, they can only save on a 6+. The inverse is true. When you have 3 more defense relative to enemy power, you get to save on a 2+, or only the roll of a 1 counts as a failure. So even those 2s are successfully made saves. We're so much more durable relative to the enemy's attack potency, it's incredibly difficult for them to hurt us. The weapon teams go for it. They contribute nothing, but they do flank for a point, so it guarantees we win, and then they can crumble them a bit more. Over here, Splinter goes, yeah, 3 hits again, and then... Interesting. So they were saving... They got a save because they rolled a 6, but then they were forced to re-roll it because they were poisoned. Somehow he's poisoning a skeleton. I don't know what poison you would use. Anyone know a bone poison? Let me know. So he got all 3, and then the unit has 2 attacks each. He had 19 attacks with the full stretch there. Very impressive. Fantastic hits, but we are only power 3, so it's going to take a while to get through. They get to fight with 3 back. They get 2 hits, and we're extremely fragile. Defense 2 is terrible, so the moment we start taking damage, it's going to hurt. We got 1-5. They lose again. Crumble another 2, so there's only 3 left. I won't lose too many in retort. May as well charge you in. Everyone's engaged. If you want to speed up melee combat, what you can do is hold the spacebar button. Because we're going to win. Shocking. They crumble a minimum of 1. Those skeletons are gone. This is just a question of how many skulkers I lose. Splinter gets another one. The unit's gone. I do lose 2 more. That's a shame. We'll passively regenerate a couple of these, so it's not the end of the world. 1 maybe? Yeah. So we now have enough experience to start leveling, guys, which is cool. So the long rifles have leveled up. Here's your options. So replenishment is when you take the healing option, you get more back, but you don't want to be playing the game in such a way you need a lot of replenishment. So it's a choice between these two. I think I'll take the reroll ones for now. We can do the unit size later. So yeah, it just lets me take more gold immediately. And then the other long rifles leveled. More gold, so when you press the looter button you get more, or a random mutation. So that's the special property of our Ratkin here. It could be any number of things. You could sprout wings in exchange for losing a point of defense, or becoming undead technically, or losing some skill for attacks by growing extra hands. There's only one really good one for long rifles, so I'm actually going to go with looter first. We'll pick up the we'll start mutating things at a later date, but I just want some more consistency for now. And the monstrosity just takes the attack because it's just amazing, helpful in all situations. Nice. You're all max HP. You get 9 each now. And then that's big enough a unit for me to be happy, so take the gold. Very good. We're now going to see what a random event looks like. Circle of Power, an ancient place of power. Into the circle, so you get a spell. So they get Master Splinter has learned magic. So pick any one of these. So Arcane Web, freeze an enemy in place. Primal Fury, target unit has +1 power and re-rolls their attack rolls. That is an incredible upgrade, particularly to the Skulkers, because we have a lot of attacks, but we don't re-roll and we're limited on our power output, so that's a great upgrade there. And Wild Form increases Splinter individually. Primal Fury is by far the best choice, so I'll take that. Good. Now we take our 301 gold into the first shop. Now again, we're going to go with Elite specifically, so not the Slingers, not the Conscripts, we'll go with the Alphas. There's only 3 of them, so nice and elite. And upgrades wise, I'd love 100 golds to buy that for the monstrosity eventually, but we can't get it yet. So we'll do some other stuff. Throwing stars for the Skulkers, giving them a ranged attack. It's power too, it's truly dismal, but it is nice for a bit of damage. I could make these more hit harder, the Jezzails. I think they're kind of okay, and then improve their defense later. So I want 100 gold for this, I want 200 gold eventually. 250. Some questionable upgrades for Splinter, I don't really care about those. The Alphas can improve their defense, but I like their speed, so I'll leave them for now. What's their starting defense? 4? Yes, there you go, the Iron Hides here, so they become 5, but get slower in exchange. So all of those, I think I'll go with the Ninja, so I'll buff you. So usually I take one of these, but I'm curious to see what the Skulkers can do with some throwing stars. Good, there's what our army looks like now. It's still nice and small in number for rats. Very good. Take our new Alphas into the first elite. Against Gundrick Anvilhide, Dwarves. So very tough, very hard to move. It's going to be a bit of a challenge for us. So I guess I'll put you... I guess they're going to have, annoyingly, probably a cannon of some kind I'm going to have to fight my way through. I really don't want it shooting the monstrosity. This is the downside to my build. What I'll do is I'll put these in cover, because if the cannon does shoot at me, I benefit from... they get like -1 to hit penalties from shooting into something that's in protective woodland. You can't quite reach that, but I can get you so far up here you're basically safe to just hide in the corner. That leaves you lot. I guess I could do the same here. I could put you both here. If we get unlucky and the cannon is over there, though, we won't be able to reach it, so that might be a bit of a disaster. I need someone to protect this, so I'll put you over here and you dead in the centre. There is no cannon, rather it's a unit of dwarven crossbows. I'm going to immediately start shooting the Skulkers because they somehow drew line of sight. Yeah, they caught me there. Well, if you want to shoot something, it'll be them. Anything I can do to reduce the number of shots. These infiltrators are so susceptible to being shot to death, only being defense 2. No hits, that's a shame. I guess I should just start coming forward. So I'm going to race forward this way, get around them. And interestingly, that unit is sort of mispositioned there. And unfortunately, I think I'm too wide to slip through the side here. Ordinarily, what I do is come this way and kind of get around and start flanking that unit, but I can't do it. What I might be able to do instead then is just, this rock is impassable, I can't ignore it, I've got to scooch around it. Plus my movement's not quite good enough to skip this unit yet, I'm afraid. Stuck on this blasted rock. But yeah, hopefully I can eventually get into there and flank and kill them. The throwing stars are a dismal range, so I can't even use these here. They're going to shoot me again, I can't stop it, I'm afraid. I could charge the Foreman immediately. The issue is the Foreman is a hassle because he has the shield wall ability, so he'll just use it and make it so I can't. He gets to reroll all of his saves and becomes basically invulnerable. Frustratingly, they do turn a touch, so I'm not going to have to front charge them rather than flank. In that case, my best bet is actually firing into killing the Foreman with ranged fire and never engage him in melee. Good, you can be easily flanked and killed by that. Pow pow. Thunk. These are starting to move, making them easy to outposition, like so. Forward you come. I'm going to ignore you. Ooh, I could actually send the alpha straight into the crossbows and just get rid of them like that. That's sensible, and then you come this way. Well, first throwing star these. So we have good skills, so we hit on 3+, which is nice. But they are defense 5, so power 2, defense 5. They save on anything except a roll of a 1. Only 2+ hurt them. We need softer targets. Let's get rid of the crossbows and stop shooting me over and over again. I could charge this now. I'm curious to see where he orients. If he goes after them, I get a free rear charge. If he turns to face us, fine, we can just flank him anyway. So I'll just give him a second. You're still after us here, that's sensible. I'll just move away. Well, I'd like to get a volley off of that before I do. So if I do this, throw the stars, force them to roll a 1, and then back off. Put Primal Fury on our alphas, so +1 power, and they get to reroll hits. With only 9 attacks is a pretty big deal. You are locked onto us here, which is fair enough. Shooting this unit. Good, we're going to get through that without ever having to engage it. Berserkers here are after us, but we are fast rats, so we are unconcerned. We do as we planned. You can easily just get... I could actually recharge that one if I wanted. Let's just get rid of this one. It's going to break when I go in to hit it anyway. Right, so we're only skill 3 against skill 3, so it's 4s, but we get to reroll because of Primal Fury. 4 hits is actually 8 hits, fantastic. And because of the extra power, we're 3 over their defense, so they only get to save on 6s, so it cancelled that 5. We take a wound, but we have 3 each, so we're okay. They break because of the amount of damage they took. Dwarves have excellent discipline, so likely if I don't charge in here, they'll rally. Once you break a unit, they have a chance to come back, so I'm just going to have the alphas finish them. You deal with the berserkers. Forward you inch again. Pretty easy solution. Just move, shoot, twist. Throwing stars. If we were shooting into a defense 4 unit, it would be much more successful. Our Primal... You already reroll attacks and you're already power 7, so Primal Fury actually contributes nothing there. So I'll save it in case we get stuck in combat. You're trying to chase us. Bad news, you will never catch us. Going to entirely disregard this unit while we hammer away the warriors. Okay, can you finish off these? Yep. And here, we already reroll, and it's already 6s because we're so strong. They get their own attacks back, and because they have their own frenzy, they get to reroll. They take no damage. They hold annoyingly, so yeah, now I will use Primal Fury to help me win. Might take some injuries here. Move, shoot, throw on Primal Fury. This way, please. May take some damage on the monstrosity here. Not the end of the world if we do. We can reroll 1s, but rerolling a 1 and a 2 does not net you a hit. want to stay over here? I might stay over here and actually decide to recharge that if they're still holding on. And the alphas come back this way. Again, I'm never going to engage this unit in combat because it's Gundrick makes them invincible for a turn effectively. So 4s re-rolling though because of Primal Fury, and it's still 6s because of the extra strength. This will hurt. Take 2 wounds, yeah, that's okay. We're still stuck with them. Dwarves not big on running away. They haven't moved yet, so let's do this one first. Ching. Keep rolling those ones. Get out of the way. Move straight forward. That's pretty much all we need to do. Guess you can start coming down this way. We'll win this, it's just a question of how many more wounds I take. 2 more, ouch. They're still holding on. Okay, so we'll take even more after that. May have to heal the monstrosity rather than doing our usual just taking gold every turn. Okay, I'm an inch off. Hang on. Throw the shuriken in between their eye slots or something. Just the 4 men left. Poor Gundrick. They're gone. They do another wound. I'm going to have to heal the monstrosity. I'm not happy with 1 of 6. I'll go up to 2, but that's it. Battle is now effectively over. I could charge Master Splinter in. They'll enter a duel, so I don't risk losing any more of my actual units. So I'm curious to see if I can defeat Gundrick in a fight. Probably not with his shield wall ability, but it's worth a try. He used it, so he gets to reroll his saving throws. I'll use Deadly Strike because it will work against a multi-wound target. And then we'll skip the rest because there's the battle. Once they get to routing this turn over here, the AI will concede at the end of this round regardless of what's going on. Here we go, we have equal skill. I get 3 hits and then positive. I see, so he's forced to reroll 6s, but he gets positive rerolls? That should have cancelled out then. He should have just been left with the 6. Oh well, he takes 2 wounds because he got 1 through. We take no wounds and then the unit will finish him. This is not a duel. You are being jumped by rats. Okay, so just the shooting and some damage onto you, everyone else is okay. Splinter and his infiltrators have now leveled as well. Okay, so extra wounds is a bit rubbish on characters because the damage is always taken on the unit first, so unless every infiltrator is dead, Splinter won't ever be taking any damage directly. The exception, of course, is those duels where you fight an enemy character, in which case your individual stat line does matter. Typically, you'll only do 1 per battle until you get to like the final stages, so yeah, it's not useful now. More attacks is more attacks, no brainer. And then Recruiter is when you go to a shop, when you buy a unit, they immediately get a level. I'd like Splinter just to be more potent, so I'm just going to give him more attacks. Spam them out. And then his infiltrators, more of them mutate or replenishment. I'm fine for replenishment, I can just press the button and get most of them. I'm going to mutate them. Let's see if something cool happens. Grafted wings, so we are fly speed, we lose discipline, but we gain fly and become speed 14. That's probably one of the best ones because you don't care about losing discipline. You're not trying to play the game where you need to pass checks after losing fights. So just faster and can fly. Fantastic. Okay, and then you're full HP, you're full HP, you're full HP. I'd like a few more of these. And you obviously aren't good enough at 2, so perfect. Yeah, the elite gives you a 100% gold bonus, so lots to work with. Very good. And then how are we looking? Everyone is exactly as they should be. Have a look at another random event. Mercenaries. Do we want a unit of Goblin Wolf Riders following us around? No, not particularly. Okay, you have a choice. You can either go up or down. If you go down, you get an extra battle, and you get to the same point. I'll probably take this because we've taken a couple of random events, so a bit more consistency, generating some gold to buy more things and improve our strength is worth more, so we'll take this one against Core Gak. We go first. Right, not much shooting to be worried about with orcs, so we just want to, I guess I can, you can fly now, so we can actually put you right here, ignore the terrain. They were already ignoring terrain, but fly also lets you ignore terrain, so double ignoring terrain, sort of be there-ish, I suppose, and fly over. You on the flank, you on the other flank, and you sort of centralize to shoot whatever you want to shoot at. The downside to this, of course, is that flying units don't benefit from cover anymore, so it's actually a slight downgrade in that regard. They'll come forward. Let's move the alphas around the side first. Not so close we get caught and flanked. Just start going up here. Here comes their cavalry. I'm going to shoot. The giant, of course, is also a good target for long rifles, so we're going to be hammering all of these. I can't quite flank him now, sadly. He's positioned a bit too well, so let's just start moving through the bull riders. 2 hits, 4+, 1 down, and then back off so you don't get caught and killed. Giant stuck behind. He's slower than the boars, so we can just ignore him for a while. No hits, it's a shame, even with the reroll. That's kind of disappointing. Forward they come. I could flank those immediately. I don't desperately want to right this second. I'm going to put you into the corner here. We're out of their range. I could even see them to charge them. I'd be defense 6, they'd be power 4. It's probably worth just shooting them a couple more times though. Reduce their attack numbers. I could flank that unit immediately. Puts me in kind of a bad spot later. I think I'm better off just standing here and waiting and letting them do... Well, yeah, I can even shoot them. Obviously, we prefer to shoot the defense 4 unit because we'll be far more effective at hurting them. So I need to get at least that close. And then I need to turn around and escape the charge radius. But yeah, we can do some really nice damage against things that aren't defense 5. Come back. We have fly, so we're nice and fast. I can't turn back around again, but this will do. They can effectively eliminate that unit at range, I suspect. No charges for now. You have to be able to draw a straight line to the center, so... Okay, they're somewhat giving you what you want there. Shoot and move, shoot and move. Giant trundles in behind. That's more like it. Less so when they roll all their saves over and over again, but oh well. Come this way. It just gives us more escape room for the infiltrators if I have to back away. I don't want you to fight the giant right now, so just twist a bit more. Get out of its way. In fact, if you come further this way, actually, this might be better. I could, in theory, get to here and then charge the bull riders and just kill them that way and then have the long rifle start fighting that. I think the giant would ignore me and come around this way, so it gives me the fight for free. I'm going to move away from the edge because sometimes if you're too close to the edge, the game will bounce you away from it and you end up, unfortunately, moving into enemy charge radiuses. They do what I thought they would do. Am I fast enough here, do you think, to get to their back arc? Oh, it's going to be close. I think so. Because I can rear charge them with the monstrosities. So we can completely ignore their charge radius because they're going to be pinned in place by the monstrosities. So in that case, the only thing that can really bother me is they're out. So it's just those bull riders there. So if I just do this, I'm perfectly safe. Yep. I could throw a load of shurikens into them. I just intend to... They'll be power, what, 5, 6 on the charge, 7 because of Banner of... Sorry, Primal Fury. Doesn't help that much because they're defense 5, so I need to be 8. So the rerolls are still good, though. If I kill 1 or 2 with... I don't think it matters. Let's just keep killing this unit. Haha, okay. So we had an amazing roll last turn. It made up for a rather dismal one there. Fair enough, SOVL. It's an even exchange. Okay, so they're going to charge us, but because we've got them, they are intercepted and stuck. I'll have you kill the bull riders now, otherwise you're just going to get trapped in the corner doing nothing. You could flank those immediately, but again, we're much faster than them and have a ranged option, so why not just continually shuriken them to death? They do exactly what I thought they'd do. They're going to start coming around there. I'm going to move away a nice distance and then turn around and shoot that. I think turn exactly half of your distance, so 4.5, so about there. And turn and shoot him. Freeze to hit, but it does double wound, so once we start hurting it... Oh, that's not good. So ordinarily with other units we'd now be trapped because you can't twist through an enemy. Fortunately, however, because we have the fly keyword, we can just fly straight over them. Fly there being absolutely crucial to saving us. I can't quite get all the way through them and turn around though, so let's try and be a bit more precise here. Curious to see if I can get over here and then turn. Yeah, I can get to here and then either rear charge those or flank charge this unit if they're still holding after this round of combat, which they probably will be. Volley, 1, 2, 3. And then Primal Fury, you need a lot more help than the monstrosity, so we'll help these. Power isn't relevant because of the calculation here, but the reroll hits is crucial. They're using War Cry, so that's the ability of their chief there. Everyone gets +1 power. They get it with almost no attacks on anyone, so it's almost completely wasted. And you're working over the giant. Eventually you'll fail a saving throw. Magrum. We have 4s, but rerolling hits. Not that we needed too much help. And then we get a fantastic roll. Yeah, we minced the unit. Excellent work, Alphas. Over here, so 4s, but rerolling. We have 1 extra attack now. Killing 1.5 pigs. We take a wound, which is a shame. Yeah, but orcs though, once you break them, their discipline is just bad, so they usually just run away immediately. Yeah, I could charge again. I'm gonna put this one to the back there, because I think with all their attacks I can just kill it and have it stop menacing me. You can stay with them. If they rally, we'll see. And I'm gonna just let the long rifles work you down. You're after the monstrosity now. Now, this may rally, in which case it does. Its charge radius will be here. So we need to move our long rifles out of the way. No cause at all to get us stuck there getting killed for no reason. 2 hits. No stuck. Just fail. I know there's 3 ups and they're pretty good, but you have to fail one at some point. How far can you get? Ooh, are you far enough to be out of their radius there? It's going to be jolly close. Can't tell. That's their line of sight. I think I'm just in it. What if I just go straight forward? Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm out there. You can hover a unit and see their facings, but it also you can use it to cheekily check where the enemy blue zone is eventually going to be. So they're at 0 now, so they can't see it, but it'll follow that line down here, and we're on the right side of it, so it should be good. Hey! We're 25% of the way there. They failed to rally already, so don't worry about those. So let's instead... Deadly Strike isn't worthwhile here. What I'll do is I'll use Primal Fury on myself, slaughter this unit, and then immediately recharge that one, because the 2 characters will enter a duel. I'll use Deadly Strike and win, and then we'll get to hit the chieftains for free, and we'll just kill them that way. So, yeah, max out your damage output, slaughter the warriors. They're already running, so don't worry about those. Just come this way. There's not much for you to do, really, unless you want to come over here. Flank charge that unit. There we go. So he gets to reroll his own hits as well. So 5 attacks hitting on 3 is rerolling. 4 hits, and then power 5 means he kills all 4 of them. 3 attacks rerolling. 17 of 19 hits, killing the unit. There you go. Easy decision there. You get rid of that. Do I want to send them in? I'm at full strength. I'm pretty sure, annoyingly, both Korgak and one of the brutes here would get to fight sideways. That's 4 attacks. He gets like Korgak does what 2 hits on average because he has better skill. I take 1 wound on average because we have equal defense, and then the unit has 1 attack, getting 0.5 hits on average, and then a 0.333 recurring. I mean, realistically, I don't lose 1 and don't die, but I think this unit just breaks and kills them anyway, so I'm rushing it in there for nothing in return. Giant fails to do anything. Slowly loses its HP. Pow pow. Cool. 1 more shot would get through that. Here. Use this now. I don't know if the duel will happen because he's facing the wrong way, but worth a try. And in case they are somehow holding on, I'll put you into their back. No primary fury this time, so just rolling. Ah, he saved every single time. A Korgak actually won. He did a wound to us. The unit is, however, dead. He can't pass a roll of a 1. Routing this turn, so I'm just going to shoot and kill both of these. Shuriken him. Didn't roll a single 1, so he actually survived. Crafty Devil. They didn't give up, so I'm just doing this out of spite. Let's see if I can shoot and kill both of them. Giant's dead. Great. And then this long rifle pivots and blasts. Wow, even tanked all the ranged fire. Hard as nails War Chief there. Well done, you get to survive. Master Splinter's the honourable sort, surely he would let him live. No damage off the elite, that's rather nice. You'll heal 1 for free, which is cool. The Ironhide Alpha's levelled. It's skill, extra gold, or attacks. Interesting proposition. So we'll leave the gold. I want them to actually just hit harder for now. So a choice between skill or attacks. It depends on the skill of the thing you're facing. So if you become skill 4 and you're facing a skill 3 target, you improve your hit roll from 4+ to 3+. That overall nets you more hits than having an extra attack. You do the math. So you have an extra attack and you go up to 4 each, so 12. You get 6 hits on average when you have equal skill. If you have extra skill, though, you hit on 3+, and you have 9 attacks, that's 6 hits on average. Actually, that's exactly equal mathematically. There are some thresholds where it's better. For now, I think, because we're relatively low skill, when you encounter skill 4 stuff, having extra skill is irrelevant, so it makes you slightly more doable. It's harder for them to hit you, but I think I would prefer the attacks for now. So everyone full HP takes gold. You're fine at 4-6, and you're fine. Yeah, it's just a 4 cash round. Excellent. Okay, we get an extra fight before the buy. Against a mining crew. They're going first. They will have some annoying miners who have explosive charges. They're basically grenadiers. They'll be kind of on the sides. I'll just put the faster units on these flanks. Maybe you on the extreme side there. And then you've got long enough range that you don't have to care, so just chill out in the cover in case there's anything shooting at you. Crossbows over there. Well, it's got your name on it. You're going to get shot a couple times, but suck it up. Fortunately, I get a 2-up save, so unless I roll a load of 1s, we'll be okay. Do I have enough speed, do you think, to get to their side arc? Not quite. It's going to be a front charge no matter what I do. I have to come all the way out here and then... No, I can't do it. Alright, into the front. Just go kill the crossbows. These both have explosive charges, so we would prefer, if we had the choice, shoot them to death. Or let them come forward foolishly and then flank them with the Skulkers and use Primal Fury to do amazing damage. Ah, they've locked onto you that way, that's annoying. Well, with my move speed, actually. So one of the upsides to having more move speed is, one, you can move farther, of course, but also your charge radius is dictated by your move speed. So you notice we have a huge cone. So it's actually very easy for me to rush all the way up here and flank that unit instantly. Yep, so we can pull that off, no problem. Can I take a shot with these before I go in? Yes, I can soften this unit up. And I'll charge into that one and kill it. You come around this way, so you're going to get flanked there. In that case, you're going to come forward and get ignored. I'm just going to shoot it. Let's have you rush this way then. What's their radius of their shots like? Not great, so I can sort of ignore them. You're going to get killed in melee, so shoot that one. You're going to have to go down. Unfortunately, charging dwarves head on is a bit of a headache because they are tough. Flank that one, but we should be okay. They're out of their radius and they move to where I thought they would. It lets me flank them immediately. Here, though, I'm going to Primal Fury us first because I'd like to kill them all fast. And if this combat is ongoing, I could then Primal Fury next turn because it wouldn't actually contribute anything. Monstrosity rerolls already and is already power 7 against defense 4. So we're 6 base and then you get bonus power from like charges and things, so claws +1. So you're fine on that side. Both of you just firing line the miners. The pickaxe kind, not the children. Do not line up children, firing line them. Done. And then you might as well just come into the side and wipe them out in a second. Here we go. So 4s, but re-rolling. No help there. 2 hits. We take again, but they're still only power 3, so it's going to be really difficult for them to hurt us. But yeah, we are stuck here. Right, here we go. Master Splinter again. This unit with Primal Fury is particularly potent because, yeah, high number of attacks. Its only downside is a lack of power, which is then fixed by Primal Fury. 3s, re-rolling. 15 of 19. Oh, they had an amazing saving roll. They actually managed to keep a couple alive. Usually they'd all definitely be dead there. You only get 1 attack to the side, so they can't possibly kill a monstrosity. You could just charge in there and kill them. You're not going to be doing anything else anyway, so sure. We will now use this one over here. Monstrosity needs a bit of help. And there's nothing for the rifles to do, everyone's stuck. Here we go again. That's better. That's more like it. And we don't even take a wound. Very impressive. There. They're gone. Can't do 3 wounds with only 1 attack, so we're definitely safe. And here, Splinter and the unit, yeah, pick up the rest. We did more damage, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The unit did more damage than the turn I didn't buff it. Lost and Skulker. I think we'll live with it. Okay, so the long rifle's leveled again. Right, there'll be a shop and then either another fight or a heal, so I can probably start increasing their... I'm going to start increasing their unit size because 2 of them is just not very effective. And then the long rifles here. Get their reroll ones. Because they're... What did I get with them? I think I got looter with them last turn. Should I start mutating them? So just start... I mean, it could be really bad. I'll take the more... I'll do this later. Let's take the better consistency for now. And then the monstrosity gets its extra skill. That's really good. Because we're struggling to hit stuff, even with the reroll. Okay, 5 of 6 is good enough. Your max, your max, your max. I would like the extra guy immediately. It's a lot of damage output. And then you're fine. Giving us a very nice amount of gold for the shop. I have to take the smallest possible unit, which is the Flamers. So it's good. I mean, the Infiltrator is obviously nice, but there's more of them there than a Flamer unit, so that's the smallest possible unit size. Giving me 2-2-1 for a lot of upgrades, which is good. I think that one is a no-brainer. It makes so anytime an opponent has to wound the monstrosity, right, they have to reroll hits. So I'm now skill 4, and they're gonna have to reroll to hit me. He's already defense 6 with a number of wounds, and now they're having to reroll. It's so good. So there he's tough as nails. 1-2-1 left over. I would like an extra attack on Splinter would be really cool. Worsening the damage save of everything shot by the long rifles would be good because we're shooting into really tough stuff, giants and heavy cavalry, so it would make it a lot more effective. And then down here, +1 power for the Flamers would be nice, but I think it's slightly less of a priority than these ones, so we'll take that and that, upgrade their range. I miscalculated, sorry, I can't get that for Splinter yet. Fine, I'll just focus on you. Health-wise, yeah, we have our weapon teams. Of course, they're always going to be the smallest unit size, so they're going to take, if they're on the buy section, they're going to take priority over everything else. Flamers are very cool, we'll buff them up later. Honestly, we're doing fine, so let's take another battle. Against more orcs. We're fighting a lot of orcs, it seems. They're going first, that's a-okay. Again, fast stuff on the flanks. There's not going to be too much in the way of shooting bothering us, so I'll just put you over there. Long rifles don't care about... Sorry, do you... lethal shot. They're swift. Oh no, they are being slowed down by it. They just benefit from cover. We have 3 of them in that one now. Ooh, look at that. Far more impressive. I guess, yeah, you need to get a lot... Flamers have very short range, but they're great at incinerating large numbers of infantry, so you need to run them forward. Okay. Chariot there, so that's a priority for the long rifles. That's irrelevant. I can just ignore you and fly around and shuriken you to death. Ooh, 19 more turns of that and we'll be through. Comes the chariot. Well, if I can just inch forward, shoot it. Oh, yeah, there's 2 ones down, and so it can see. So the way terrain works is a bit weird. So obviously you have to move into it to shoot through, but then afterwards you can just move in, and then move out. So you can't see past it or charge past it, so we're basically safe. I'm going to have you come forward and start barbecuing these, but I'm going to wait to see where that moves to first. So you just take your shot that way. I'd like it to be short range. Yes, it is. 2 hits. Okay, he's got 1 wound left. And he's dead next turn. Good, I now know where they are. There's the flamethrower's range. Guess I'll just kill the smaller one. Ah, double 1. So the way the flamethrowers work is you roll, for each one of them, you roll 1 dice and get a result of 1, 2, or 3. Well, it's a D3, not a D6. That's your number of hits, and then it's the usual power versus defense calculation. So power 5, defense 4. You have to save on 5+, it's not bad. Okay, and then here, I don't particularly want to fight the guaranteed to be dead boar chariot, so let's just ignore that. And then you just run up here to go flank something later. I see no reason at all to charge anything yet. Long rifles will absolutely kill this turn. A bit closer. No hits, that's great. I'm going to have to rely on someone else to finish it, because I can't actually escape. I went too far forward. Stays in place, which is convenient. I need that to move first to know what's safe, quote unquote, for the flamers. So let's shoot something first. Okay, fly you straight over because you have hyperspeed. Forward they come. Cleverly not moving the unit I need them to move, so do this instead. There we go. Right. So let's flamethrower them. In fact, I could even come over there and potentially... I could just flamethrower that. It's a bit of a waste. You'd be far more effective shooting it with this. Halfway through already. So yeah, I'll trust the flamers to eliminate this unit on their own. That leaves you free to execute it. Okay, they would have just killed it. Would have just done 6 damage and killed it in 1 shot, even at full HP. And you are just kind of posing here. That's a very potent unit of heavy orcs we don't want to fight head on. We can flank them fine. Back here. Well, again, if you're not going to stop me. Perfectly viable strategy against stuff that isn't defense viable higher. Inching after these. If they turn and face you, I can actually just kill them with that unit, so let's wait. I can instead maybe start using the flamers over here, so you would shoot this one anyway. They do that. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to have you march forward and kill them. That leaves you free to completely disregard those and come start whittling down the brutes. Say whittling down, it's not going to take very long. In fact, I could, in theory, just completely ignore it and just get the flank and kill them now. Well, they're dead anyway, so start shooting those. Yeah, so it would be 5s. It's now reduced to 6s because of our reducing their saves even further. Oh, you kill that. Should I take this here? I mean, worst case scenario, they could do a wound to me, which would be a shame because then I don't go up to full wounds for the boss fight. Oh yeah, let's just be cagey and wait. I can shoot them a whole load more and then flank them anyway. Now, annoyingly here, they have caught you, so if I kill this unit, I can then run, and so I can't be caught there, so I'm still safe. I can do that, and probably flank them were you so inclined, yeah. I'm not going to be using this for anything else, so may as well buff the alphas. Okay, not a single wound, good start. Curious, if I can just kill 2, that means that I think I need to get you out of the way first, sadly, because you're not going to be able to draw a line of sight there. Well, maybe. Okay. Oh, they got him. Good. There's only 1 left now. That means when he goes into the side, if he did go into the side, they would only get 1 attack. Alphas with Primal Fury can easily handle 5 Orc Warriors. Yeah, it's basically run out of strength at this point. you're charging me there because you saw it. So if you don't want to take a fight, and I don't want to particularly take this, I could just flee instead. As long as you've got enough movement to escape the radius of the enemy, and we've got plenty, you're fine to run away. I could intercept them there, but it just gives them a chance to hurt me. Also guarantees that they're out of position, so you can intentionally put units in certain spots so that they then try charging you, run, get them horribly out of position, and then get a perfect rear charge later. Yeah, the potent mixture would have helped quite a bit killing these. We're just going to skip the rest because they're outing this turn anyway. It's a bit redundant. Oh, no damage. You're full HP. Exactly where we want to be for the Act 1 boss. So Splinter leveled again. Wounds, more gold, or discipline. We don't care about discipline, we're not losing fights. Wounds is maybe situationally useful later. I'll take coin counter. It doesn't add to a lot, but more gold's more gold. And his accompanying skulkers have already mutated, so realistic, and got the amazing one. So honestly, if you mutate again, you're probably not going to get anything you want. He's going to be undead, which makes you more resilient in exchange for being slower, which is just a debuff. You can have the one that gives you more attacks but costs you skill. I kind of like where they are though in terms of damage output. I'm just going to take the gold. Yeah, I don't want them to mutate anymore. And then 12 or 4 is more than good enough. Right, okay. That's what our army looks like for the Act 1 boss. Against, you guessed it, yet more orcs. I do hope you like fighting orcs. I know it's Master Splinter and the whole mutation thing is kind of on theme, but it's a bit awkward for our purposes. Lots of orcs to fight, so there will be fast stuff running towards us. Let's just deploy back a bit. It makes our lives easier with one of these on each side, so I can shoot things. You can be in the center because you can fly over this and start skirmishing. You distract things on this side, you distract things on that side. Okay, their fast units are that, and to an extent the giant, so you'll deal with this and you'll deal with that. These are going to come bumbling towards us and get shot to death. You'll move this way. Let's have you just go first. I'm going to force them to move closer. It makes my life a lot easier. That reveals their effective movement range, so none of them are going to get any closer than that. I can just do this. Sadly, I think goblins are so fast that I can't shoot over their movement radius. Maybe I can. I can, just about. It'll take a while. Move in such a way I don't get caught by that other unit. Like, that's pretty good. I don't think they'll catch me there. Don't care, I need that to move so I can catch those. Just stand here for a bit. Come forward, because you definitely want to start flamethrowing these in a second. Ah, it's a shame. If they move first, I might be able to get them. Can you shoot this? Yes. It's now 4 ups instead of 3 ups, so it'll be a bit more efficient. They cleverly move the unit I don't want them to move, so someone is going to have to suck up. Well, annoyingly, he's going to come so far, he might actually be able to charge them immediately. That's a shame. Might just have to flee the alphas because I don't want the chariot to charge me. Next turn. Okay, yeah, they caught me there. That close, what am I doing? It's already short range. So sadly I can't quite assassinate even if I got everything through, but 3 is low enough such that I think when the fight happens I'll be able to use Primal Fury and just kill it anyway. It's just a question of how much damage I take. No charges for me. Oh, have they reached me? Uh-oh. I might have just caught me there. We'll see in a second. We're here, which is, that makes sense. I could run, they'll come to here and then I just blast them to death with the long rifles over 2 turns. If it hits me, it does 3 attacks, but it actually gets 5 because chariots get 2 extra whenever they go in, so yeah, it becomes power 7, 5 attacks, which is, yeah, an ideal threshold to kill me. Only hits on 3, so it could do a low number of attacks, like, could spare me. I don't... Oh, just suck it up, I think you can win. We'll Primal Fury and you'll be fine. Me first, okay. Well, there's nothing there. You're just going to start shooting brutes. worry about that too much. We'll eventually Primal Fury that, but first I'd like to shoot one of these. Can I catch you across? No, I need the giant to move first. That's annoying. Well, if I just inch forward and then start backing away, the problem is they'll come straight forward and actually catch me immediately. This is a nuisance turn. They've done a good job of actually being in annoying spots. Because if I do, the trick would be to do this, come forward, shoot, and then turn around and move. The problem is that's not far enough away to be safe, I don't think. I want to wait for these blocks to move first and foremost. In that case, the safest option is actually to forego my damage output onto the giant this turn and just shoot something else. Good, I know where that is. I'd rather these have moved. If I do this, I could do the whole shoot and run away thing. Yeah, I'll just do that this way around. Pretty sure I can get enough clearance here that, yeah, they definitely can't catch us. I have more movement than them. Just get to there and we'll be okay. Goblins are pretty quick, but they're not that quick. To be fair, I've only gone 7 and they move, what, 8? So they might actually get me here. Could I benefit from the tree line? No, I can't get on the other side of the tree line, so I can't get away from them. Oh well, we'll do our best. See if you can get away from those. And Primal Fury that unit. They have caught us. I thought that would happen. Okay. Start killing the goblin mob. I'm going to have to flee. But sadly, because of my movement, means I'm going to go off the field. Uh-oh. Or I could alternatively, if I rush you over here, are you fast enough to come this way? Yes, you can. I can just have you intercept those and stop them from pestering the skulkers. That works fine. So we're not visible by them, and we can clearly see them. We can draw a straight line from the centre of their face to the centre of my face. Perfect charge. We don't need to be that precise. You're getting too close to the enemy unit. Yeah, that's fine. Unfortunately, if they both catch us, someone's going to end up charging you. I do lose one because I can't roll a save. It will die. As I was just seeing if I could get lucky and keep all the alphas intact. Here we go. So you're going to do this one. You're going to teleport to the other side of the unit, it seems. Okay, bit cheeky. Right. You're going to come forward. You're going to come forward. Let's just go with you first. This way. I don't want to fight the brutes, I just want them distracted. You're in perfect long rifle range. Quarter of the way there. They move their last unit, so this is going to get... I don't need any help from Primal Fury this turn, so ignore that. You're going to move and do the little shoot and scoot trick. Out and just ignore these. They'll never let them. Okay. Show me who's boss. No help needed. 3s. We're now skill 4, so we hit on 3s re-rolling. And if they, whenever they tried to hit us, they'd have to re-roll, so it's going to be borderline impossible for them to do anything. We've reached a point of consistency in offensive output and defensive capacity that the monstrosity is very difficult for the AI to stop now. If they come after the long rifle, I'll recharge them with the alphas. If they do what I thought they would do. Threatening me here. It's easy to avoid. 1, 2, 3. There you go. You're rolling in a disproportionate number of saves, but you will eventually die. I think it would be easier just to run this way. Oh, bear in mind they haven't moved yet though, so they might move into an awkward position. Let's go this way instead and just run across. Okay. Twist. Continue to shuriken them. Nearly there. Yeah, all 7 again. They're all 666. Yeah, goblins, even more so than orcs. Not amazingly brave. You win a fight with them, they always run away. Reroll 1's kicking in. Brute's going to slowly but surely get long rifled to death. I don't particularly care about that. Perfect. You're going to foolishly twist in such a way that will never allow you to catch this unit. While we consistently roll 2s over and over again and fail to hit you, apparently. Enjoy the shurikening. There's just a war chief left. Guess I could put one round of the long rifles into that so that you can instead start shooting down the goblin mob there. That's fine. And you. Oh, I could flamethrower them instead. DPS wise, you'd be better off actually shooting this one. Better use of your damage output. Monstrosity continuing to mulch goblins. -2 or lower to hold. That's a tall order, I think. Going to escort that unit off the field entirely on his own. Yeah, kill this for us. No hits, great. 1 hit, we just need the 1. Ah, you rolled a 5. You're now... Okay, well, you're destined to get hit in the back and killed by that unit. So I'll have the flamethrowers kill you instead. Burn, baby, burn. There we go. You, same trick. I can't see it there, apparently. That's a bit of a weird bug. There we go. Stop rolling 2s. We will get there in the end. As long as you position yourself in such a way that you're ready next turn to escape their arc. I'll save Primal Fury for when this fight happens. One more turn, he's finally through the brick. It's not the best use of a monstrosity's time. You could obviously be more effective at killing harder, nastier targets, but whatever. What else am I going to be using him for in this battle? We've got them. Up this way. I'd like to eventually maybe get a rear charge on that and just get rid of them. The shurikens are nice, but it is a bit of a distraction from the sheer amount of damage we can be doing in melee, which is even more potent. Everything else is locked in combat or dead, so just go barbecue some goblins. Whoosh. Goblin singular, sorry. Can't draw line of sight and I can't be asked to wiggle around to get a bead. The goblins are gone. Here we reroll, so that's all of them, and then we did exactly 3, which is enough. Somehow this 1/12 unit of goblins thinks it still has odds of winning this. Oh, no one can accuse you of a lack of bravery, so I'll just put you over here. And then skip the... well... shuriken them. I kind of saw that coming. If I did any damage to them, they'll swap to routing this turn, then I won't be able to charge and kill them all. If I allow them to live, I would get an extra turn in which point I could charge in and they'd have better odds at killing the whole unit. But as it stands, a few goblins will survive this. Few. Very, very few. That wasn't hard at all. So bizarrely, as it turned out, going with all elites actually gets you a pretty well-balanced army. We've got melee, we've got monster, we've got ranged output, anti-elite and anti-swarm. So yeah, it's a really nice army to play with. Flame is leveled. You can also get their unit size, which is cool because you just get more flamers. It's a massive damage increase. And the alpha's leveled. Get more attacks. No brainer. Wow. 5 attacks each already. That's pretty good. They did lose one, so fix that. You're full HP. I'll have the extra flamer, and you're all fine. Great. I think that went very well. We'll stop that there. Thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If so, please do like, subscribe. It helps out the channel, and I do really appreciate it. If you have any notes for SOVL runs, there's obviously more new stuff coming out, so if there's anything you particularly want to see, let me know. Or if you just want to chat with me and let us down in the comment section, that's great too. I do take the time to stop and read it all. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.